Hey everyone, my name is Janelle Summers and I'm the head of Team Hardcore, and today is September 28th. So we're at the end of the month. I don't care if you haven't had the greatest month. I mean, I do care, but you still have time to finish the month strong. Believe me. So many people this month, I mean, there's so much going on, especially if you're a mom. We've got our, hold on. Hold on. Sorry about that. I forgot to mute my other laptop. By the way, you guys, I can see your comments today because I did set up the other laptop in time so I can see your comments and questions. So I will check that every now and then. Anyways, us moms, we're trying to get the kids into school and into their groove and into sports and all that stuff, and it's just busy, busy, busy. So it's natural and normal if this wasn't like your record stellar month and you felt like a little off your game. It's like fall starting, it's a new season. This is the time though to embrace, what you have for the rest of this year and finish strong. This call is so incredibly key because I feel like right now IG stories are so hot. It's totally a place to be. I have not been good about IG stories. I'm just gonna fully sit here and admit that. And you guys know, like, whatever my weaknesses are, I get someone on the as a guest speaker who I think is rocking it in that area, because I don't want you guys to take on my weaknesses, right? So I'm so excited about our guest speaker today. I have been on Snapchat and I've been using Snapchat and really getting in my groove on Snapchat. And so I really haven't fully transitioned, not transitioned, but fully been using Insta stories. I've been using them, but I've been inconsistent. Like I'll be really on it for like 2 or 3 or 4 days and then like disappear for like a day or two. So really inconsistent for me. Don't take on my weaknesses, you guys. So I want you to learn from our guest speaker today. First of all, let me just say one other thing. We just had our Super Saturday, and the Super Saturday video is in your online office. So when you log into teambeachbody.com and you go to your online office, you can see the Super Saturday video that was shown at all the Super Saturdays. Check that out. Check out your breaking news so that you're not missing out on everything that's going on right now with Clean Week coming up, with the UK launch coming up, which, by the way, I'm speaking on, I believe. I don't know if it's official yet. Maybe I'm not supposed to say anything, but I think I'm speaking on the UK Surge that Carl is hosting on Friday. Look at my calendar. October 20th. So the day after the UK becomes official, Friday, October 20th, there's a UK Surge, and I'm going to be speaking on that. So I'm super excited about that. So anyway, let me get to the call. So the name of this call today is IG Stories Like a Ninja. Love it. And our guest speaker is Jatana Jackson. I checked with her to see how to pronounce that, just to make sure, because I always like to pronounce names right. And she says Jatana like banana. I won't forget that. I will not forget it now. So I'm so glad she did that. So Jatana is a 10-star diamond. She's an executive leader. She's a 3-time elite coach. She's a Country Heat cast member. She's an 80-day obsession test group member. She's a mom of 2 and wife. She's also, I don't know if you knew this, but she's 2015's Mrs. Virginia. I mean, how awesome is that? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce to you Jatana. Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. And you should be presenting. Oh, uh-oh.
Can you see me?
It is not presenting you to the screen. Well, it's not presenting you to the screen on my end. I hope that one of my team members will text me and say that you are on their end.
Am I dancing? Can you see me? It says you are presenting to everyone, but can I see?
Yeah. And like on the bottom of my screen, it says that you are presenting to everyone, but yet on my screen, it's showing me. And when I look on my other laptop, it's still showing me. Stop showing me.
I see me.
Yeah. People are texting me saying that you are not on, that I am on, and Jatana is not on. That is not good. And anytime I click on you, it tells me my only option is to stop presenting you. Well, I'm not presenting you. So the only thing I can think of, Jatana, would you mind going off and coming back on again? We did that one other time and it just like worked.
Okay, hold on just a second.
I'm so sorry, you guys. Stay tuned because this call is going to be so worth it. I don't know if you guys heard Jatana on the National Wake Up Call, and if you didn't, you need to go back and listen. And by the way, if you're not listening to the National Wake Up Calls, what are you thinking? those national wake-up calls are where coaches explain their aha moment, where they started, how far they've come, and why and how they got to where they are. And for every coach, it's different. Every coach has a different story. Are you there, Jatana?
I am. I'm here.
Okay, I'm going to try one more time. Let's see how this goes. Fingers crossed, everyone.
You see me?
Nada. So, do you have like something you have to click where your camera?
Hold on a second.
I'm going to click on something too, and I hope we don't lose everyone, but
Turn my camera.
I at least see your, oh, I see you. Does everyone else see her? Hold on. You're showing up on Matt's laptop. I think you are on, Jatana.
And it says Joshua Jackson is presenting. That's funny.
That's okay.
All right, so can you see me?
Yes, we see you. Yay.
Yay, hi. You just see me like
my comment section is going crazy now. Crazy nuts. So excited.
I woke up like this. Just kidding. I wore this shirt for you guys today. It says taking naps and checking apps, because that's what we're about to talk about, is our Instagram app and how we can best utilize it for our business. So hi, everybody. Thank you so much, Janelle, for having me on your call. I'm kind of a fangirl. I have some fangirls, and so I know what it feels like when you're like, oh my gosh, it's Janelle Summers. But you guys are incredibly blessed to have such a wonderful leader. I've followed her since day one. Actually, before I even signed up as a coach. Why didn't I just sign up with Janelle? I don't know, but that's okay. I'm here, and I'm so thankful and humbled and honored to be on this call. A little bit about me. I know she said I was a wife and a mom, but just give you a little backstory of where I came from with Beachbody. I think our fitness journey and how we got into Beachbody is a crucial part of our story. And so I always like to share that when I first get on, so you know that I'm not I don't have some big degree in this. I kind of just figured it out on my own. So there's hope for you if you're like, I'm a baby grandma and I don't get this technology. Neither did I. I just had to start learning. So about 5 years ago, I borrowed Insanity from a lady at church because there was no way I was going to go buy $60 DVDs. It just was not in my family budget. And I was thinking to myself, man, people pay that much money for DVDs. I could go to Target and get Jillian Michaels 30-day shred for like $12.99. Maybe I could get it on sale for $9.99. Like, I'm not going to spend that much money on DVDs. So I borrowed them, and it shows up in my Facebook news feeds every year. It always says, does anybody own Insanity that I can borrow? And I started doing it. And I started and stopped so many times, and I kept getting frustrated. And I was a college cheerleader, so I knew how to train intensely, but there was something, sorry if my notifications are popping up.
Oh, we don't see them.
Okay, good. But I kept starting and stopping. I was getting really frustrated with myself, and I'm sure some of you guys might have been in that position, or your challengers have been in that position. And I remember sitting in my basement on the floor thinking, this is the most ridiculous thing ever. Like, can't get through the warm-up. Hence, I needed a coach to tell me Insanity was not the place to start. I couldn't get through the warm-up. I kept starting and stopping, and I was getting really down on myself. And so I got on Beachbody, or I just Googled Insanity probably, and Beachbody's website came up. And it led me to the message board, which is really old school. And I started reading through all these weird threads with these awful hyperlinks and stuff. And I found this girl who had a before and after picture with Insanity. And she had 2 kids the same age as mine. And I emailed her and I said, I need help. Like, I cannot get through this program. I need results. I had 2 C-sections, and I'm having a really hard time getting my body back to where I want it to be. And so we plugged in on social media. She put me in her challenge group. And when I got into her challenge group, I was like, this is like heaven. This is what I've always wanted. I have community. I have fitness. I've got ideas and nutrition. I have accountability. And I just thrived in that environment. And then fast forward 7 weeks, I became a coach. And I didn't hit diamond for 9 months. So there's hope for you if you're like, I can't get to diamond. I didn't hit diamond for 9 months. I did go Emerald in my first week, but it took me forever to be able to duplicate leaders. Like that was one of the hardest things about this business, is finding people and then teaching them how to become leaders themselves of their own teams. And then I think I went 5-star when I decided to go diamond, and I decided to go all in, like an all-in mentality, and just start owning up to the fact that I didn't have a big team to be a part of, that I'm going to have to figure this out and go research and learn and be resourceful. I went from diamond to 5-star in that year, and then from 5-star to 10-star. So you guys can own it. You can do it. If I can do it as a completely, what do you call it, orphaned coach, you guys can do it with all the stuff that you have at your fingertips now, which is everything's on YouTube. So what I want to share with you today is something that I found to be really helpful in my business. If you guys have not noticed, social media has changed. It's not the same that it was. What worked a year ago is not working right now. And so I had to take a step back and figure out what is it that I can do differently, because what I'm doing right now, posting my cute pick monkey pictures, aren't working anymore. People are not responding to it. People are actually kind of tired of it. And part of it came from a conversation that I had with a babysitter of mine, where I was driving her home. She's probably like 15 or 16 years old. And I'm like, so are you on Facebook? Like, you should add you as friend. Because all I'm thinking is, like, how can I network with whoever she knows, right?
Right.
And so she's like, no, I'm not on Facebook. That's like for my mom's people. Like, that's for old people. And I'm like, oh, well, dang, like I can slay some Facebook. Like, I'm good at Facebook. But apparently it was for old people. So as a good entrepreneur, I thought to myself, all right, old people. All right, I need to take note of that. So what do you do? What's your social media? Like, Instagram. I'm all about Instagram, and Musical.ly, which I never got into. And so I'm like, okay, I've got an Instagram page, but like I use it for filters. That's about it, to make my pictures look pretty. And so I started researching a little bit on Instagram. You know, I studied some Shalene stuff and just started playing around with it a little bit. Well, I dabbled with Insta stories, because if you're like me, you're like, okay, there's Snapchat and there's Insta stories and there's now Facebook stories. And what the heck am I supposed to do? Take my selfie and post it in 3 places? Like, I don't get how this is going to be impactful for my business. And so I want to share with you what's working for me with Insta stories, and teach you how to evolve as social media is quickly evolving. And what's working right now with the Insta stories, I guarantee a year from now is going to be totally different. So put your like entrepreneur mindset on, and remember that this might work now, and this is an amazing jam, and it's new and fresh, and all the other MLMs, they're not onto it just yet. So people are excited to watch my day because they're not infiltrated by everybody else showing what they're doing. So jump in it now. All right, so Insta stories. I have a little presentation, but I think when I did this call for a few teams, they wanted to see like real live stuff. They wanted to see me show them the little tricks and things that I do. But I want to go through the bare minimums just to make sure that your page is set up for proper execution. Because I feel like if it's not set up properly, people are not going to be able to understand what you're trying to get them to do. So let me share my screen real quick, and I'll probably go through this fairly quickly. And it's funny because, oh, whoa, okay.
Yeah, it'll do that just for a second.
It's like Twilight Zone just happened.
Don't be scared.
Okay.
This too shall pass.
All right. We'll just let it do its Twilight Zone thing. But it's funny because 2 of the people that I have in this presentation, one is Shalene, the other one is Angie Belmar, which I think some of her coaches watch her calls. So that's kind of fun. But
it's still Twilight Zoning. I'm assuming it's going to come to life in a minute. It's kind of a cool visual. Not helpful, but kind of cool.
So hopefully, if you guys are on this call, hopefully you have your, I hope you're on your computer and you can actually use your phone. So you can, when I start maneuvering around Insta stories and showing you some really cool tricks and tips of how to, one, make your images pop on stories a little more than the average chick and actually be a little bit cooler and more business savvy. And then also how to be able to expand your network and your cold market with Insta stories, which I have been blown away. Y'all, I can hit Success Club 10 to 40 in about 48 hours.
What?
Yeah, and I just now started to get a decent following on Instagram. My following used to be around 5,000. Only reason why I have 14,000 is because I did the National Wake Up Call. So don't let that trip you up. Half those people, more than half those people, are probably coaches following.
I'm so glad you said that, because I have a ton of followers too. And what people don't realize is that every time I've done a National Wake Up Call, I gain like thousands and thousands of followers. So a huge portion of my followers are Beachbody coaches and my own downline. So yeah, just like you, don't let it fool you that I've got like a gazillion, customers.
Exactly. You can do it when you have 400 followers, as long as you're doing it properly and continuing to add. And you will, with this strategy I'm going to show you, will be able to add a lot to your cold market. Should I press stop screen sharing and try again?
I'm thinking so, because it's never taken this long.
Okay.
You could try again, but normally it does that Twilight Zone thing for, I want to say 5 seconds, maybe 10 seconds, but that was really weird. That is so weird.
It's okay. If it doesn't work, then I will roll with it and show you guys my my phone. We'll try to go with that.
I would be doing that. It's like it's trying so hard to work for you.
It is. It doesn't like me.
It's creating a hallway of some sort.
Joshua Jackson red carpet right there. Okay. Well, what we'll do, if we'll give it like 5 more seconds, and then I will skip the presentation and go straight to my phone.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I mean, it's definitely doing something. Hold on, maybe it's back to you. Okay.
Okay, that's okay. So basically what I have a Canva presentation, and I can share it with you, Janelle, and you can give it to your team. But it's basically laying the foundations of your, man, there are a few things that I would love with that. You're not going to be able to see very well on my phone. I'm like, look at me, I'm so persistent. I'm not giving up.
I'd be the same way. Don't give up. Never give up.
But I can still show you my phone, and just, it's not going to be as easy to see. And you said it usually happens really quickly.
Yeah, it usually it does something weird, but not quite this bizarre. It kind of does this, but not for this long, and not.
Okay. Well, I want to honor y'all's time. I know you don't have an unlimited amount of time to stare at the screen. So, all right. First off, in the beginning of my presentation, I basically talk about how to have your page set up properly. Hopefully you guys can see my phone and my terrible manicure. Don't judge me there. But I want to make sure you guys have your page set up as a business account. That way you can see insights. You can see when people swipe away from your store. You can see when people tap on your link, or on the links that you put in there when you add value, right? And I'm going to talk about how to add value so that people want to come back to your story. But having it set up as a business profile and linked to your like page, I think, is super important.
You have to have a certain number of followers. I'm sorry to interrupt. Do you have to have a certain number of followers to make it a business account? I know mine is, but I'm not sure if everyone can.
No, I don't think so. I converted it a while back, and it was a really crappy page.
Okay.
So I don't think so, but I can double check on that. Another tip with the emojis, you know how people like to put their descriptions, right? Yeah. One of the ways to be able to make it a lot bigger, which it took me forever to figure this out because I am a baby grandma, but you got to type it out in your notepad of your phone, list it out with the emojis that you want, and then edit it into your bio so that you can list out a longer list of things. So I have things like I'm Mrs. Virginia 2015 because part of my niche is pageant girls. I can reach out to pageant girls and help them get healthy and fit for when they're ready to compete. I'm a motivator. That's kind of the trend on my page. I'm a beach lover. You'll hear me talk about stuff like that all the time on my Instagram wall. Mom with muscles. That's as much as I touch with the fact that I'm a fitness coach. I'm a donut and cupcake obsessed. So like if I'm in a new city and they have a donut shop, I kind of want to try them out. You'll see me talk about that. I'm a makeup lover. I like to go live and talk about my eyelash extensions or whatever lip gloss I'm wearing. And then I just added, and this might be something you guys can add, and I don't know if it's going to be beneficial for me or not, but I put UK Beachbody Coach Mentor, because if people are going to start researching and looking at hashtags and things, I want when they come to my page, like, oh, she coaches Beachbody coaches in the UK? Cool. Yes, come to me and I will teach you. So feel free to put that on there as well with your little British flag. So that is how I want to make sure you guys have your page set up. I have it as public figure. I use my name. I don't do anything outside of my name because I feel like if somebody's going to research me, they need to be able to find me. And so I don't do like, you know, committed mom or Beachbody fit mom or anything like that. I want it to just, for me to be the brand and for people to be able to find me. Another link, if you go to my Instagram page, you'll notice there's a little, it's called link tr.ee, and you can create your own hyperlink. This app is actually free. And
what's it called again?
If you go in your, it's link linktr.ee. And what this does is, and you can refer to this in your post, and you can do a swipe if you have 10,000 followers on Instagram. You can do a swipe up option with this as well. But let me show you what it gives you when you click on this link in your bio. Do you see that?
Yeah.
It gives me 3 buttons, and those 3 buttons are United Kingdom Beachbody is coming in 2017. Be the first to enroll, chat with me, or connect with me on Facebook. So if I were to click on one of those, for example, the chat with me button, this is what it brings up. It brings up my WooFoo form. Collecting information. So this is a great way to funnel people to whatever avenue you want them to funnel to. So if you're, you know, you're starting a challenge group and you want to, instead of putting a link in Instagram, which doesn't go so well, you can say, go to my bio, click on the link, and fill out the form. Connect with me on Facebook. When I click that, it goes to, and this is all free, it goes to my like page. So it brings them directly to my like page. And then, of course, I've got my specialty one, which is the United Kingdom, and it goes to a WooFoo form that is designed and set up just for UK people. So feel free to go and look at those WooFoo forms or how I have it set up, and I don't care if you copy it because it's just a WooFoo website or WooFoo form that I set up so that I could connect with people. But that allows me to funnel my audience and my traffic in a more manageable way, and it's free. I mean, you can upgrade to like the pro level of Linktree, but this basic level that I have here is completely free, and it looks, I mean, if you go look at my page right now, it looks super professional, I think, when you click on it, right?
Absolutely. So here's the thing, you guys. From what Jatana just said, even though you have to have 10,000 followers on Instagram to have that swipe up functionality, that doesn't mean you can't still use this link tree, because when people are commenting on your Instagram post, you can DM them that link, right, Jatana? Like, they don't just have to have 10,000 in order to be able to use that cool link tree.
You can DM them that link, or you can even refer to the link in the bio will direct you exactly where you need to go.
Oh yeah, the link in your bio. That's great. Oh my gosh, that's gold. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, so now that your page is kind of set up the way I would, because I'm kind of a control freak, I'm like, make sure you have it all set up right. Because when you start going live on Insta stories, you want to make sure that you're prepared. I wish I could show you my presentation, but we're gonna wing this. With my Insta stories, I have a schedule. Now, I'm very free about how I do my daily activities. I have some basic things that I make sure are always inputted in there, but I have a schedule based on what I want people to take action on. So if I want people to take action on joining my challenge group, I am going to make sure my Insta stories reflect and start breadcrumbing, if you would say, or curiosity marking, as Shalene would say, into my Insta stories, so that when I go to present it in a call to action format, which you can totally do in Insta stories in a very impactful way, it makes sense in their brain, because I have continued to kind of put it out there just little bits at a time. So my typical trend with Insta story is I start out with my Shakeology. Every single morning, people know that Jatana is doing some sort of country girl shake, and she is dancing with her, making her Shakeology. Now, I'm not saying you need to go out there and start shimmying and dancing, because we all know that if, like, I'm trying to think of a really conservative, if Melanie Mitro, very kind of conservative chick, right? She's I don't know, she seems very proper, and she's not one that you would see dancing on the countertop like you would see me. If Melanie were to jump on there and start dancing with her Shakeology, it would be awkward. It would not be Melanie. It wouldn't. That's not her jam. So make sure when you go and follow other coaches on their Insta stories and you see them do something fun and exciting, just make sure it's something that your audience would be like, oh my gosh, of course, that's Taylor. She always does that. So be you and be authentic you and be really kind of real and raw with it. So for me, people know that I love music and know that I love country music. And so I play my country music or my 90s hip hop, which is my other jam. And I do my Shakeology every morning. Now, I don't say, making my Shakeology. No, I call it my sexy shake. Every single morning, it's a staple. And I guarantee you right now, if I were to open my inbox, I have on average between 10 to 35 people that message me and say, what is in your sexy shake?
Oh, that's so awesome.
That's what you want, right? You want people to come to you and ask you. You don't want to just tell them what you're making and then have them go Google it. So make sure you're doing your vital behaviors in your Insta stories, your personal development, your Shakeology, and your workouts. Now, my workouts, I do iMovie videos. This is another common question that I get. So if you see my iMovie videos, I do them in iMovie. I post them on my Instagram wall, and then I customize them for my Insta stories. This might be getting a little deep, but when you do iMovie, I film it horizontally. And if you're say you're doing like a lateral movement, you're running back and forth, and you try to plug that in Insta story, you're going to be like, out of the screen, in the screen, out of the screen, right? It's not cute. So you go ahead and post your workout video on your Instagram wall or your Facebook page. And then when you're done, you go back into iMovie and you clip it, and you just make sure you only put 15 seconds of it where you're in the center of the lens of the horizontal thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So make sure you're posting your workouts in there, however you want to do that. Also, it's got to pop a little bit. I use apps like Snapseed, for example. Let's go to Insta Story with Jatana real quick.
So you said that, okay, so Snapseed, just how it sounds. It's spelled just how it sounds, Snap.
Yeah. See how that pops? Oops, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and then we go into the little dance moves. Watch, it's only 15 seconds. But I make sure, it's totally Jatana's jam, right? I make sure that I'm in the center of the screen. And honestly, half the time it's not even me working out, but I just put leg day on there.
Yeah.
And one of my tips with that,
actually film while you're actually working out. You do it afterwards to demonstrate.
Correct.
You too. And I always say, you know, if I did it while I was working out, it really would mess with my workout. So I do it after the fact.
Yep. I think I said that once in one of our test groups, and I was like, man, that workout took me like an hour and a half because these 80-day obsession workouts, they're not short. And they were like, well, maybe you need to stop filming and dancing around. I'm like, no, I do that after.
Yeah, totally. You can't mess with your concentration while you're working out.
No. So, you know, I'll remember 2 moves that I did during the workout, and I'll do my little shimmy dance, and then I'll do the 2 moves. I'll do a slow motion of part of the move, and then I speed it up, and then do the next move, slow motion, speed it up, and then I dance in between, and that takes 1 minute of my
You're not even saying what workout it is, you're creating curiosity.
Absolutely. So that was the other thing I would say is I'll say things like leg day, or I'll say day 52, but I usually don't like to say what workout I'm doing because I do get a lot of Instagram followers who will say, oh my gosh, your abs look amazing. What are you doing? Yeah. And that allows me to go through the process of how I would get to know why they even want to know what I'm doing.
Right.
All right, so your vital behaviors need to be on there, right? So you can go ahead and write those down and know that every day you should be posting your Shakeology in a curiosity marketing kind of mindset. You know, put your own spin on it. For me, it's my sexy shake. Everybody knows that's what I do. You want to be doing your workouts, and you don't really want to tell people what workout you're doing, but you want to put something on there where they're like, well, wow, I really need to work on my booty or my legs or my abs. And so you can put those kind of things on there so they ask you. The other thing that you can do to create, sorry, there's like a bird like trying to get into my window. It's very distracting. Another thing that you can do to try to add more to your cold market, and this is going to be something that you might have to be a little more creative on. I'm going to give you the things that I did. And Carl messaged, he's like, that was genius. I'm like, thank you. So I'm known for my music. Music is my jam. I love 90s hip hop and I love country music. And a common question I get, and this is something you want to be mindful of, what questions do you always get outside of Beachbody? Jatana, what is on your playlist? That's always my questions because I always have music playing on my Insta stories. And so I'm like, all right, I'm going to create a Spotify playlist, right? So I create a Spotify playlist and I am allowed to use the swipe up option, but you don't have to necessarily you don't need that. You can still give them the link. But I asked them to follow hashtag Jatana Jams and tag me in it, and I want to see them use my Jatana Jams. So here I have coaches, challengers, followers, and they are doing laundry to Jatana Jams at Jatana Jackson. They are, playing with their kids outside with Jatana Jams, cooking their dinner, doing their workouts. What does that do for at Jatana Jackson? That allows their audience to come check me. Yeah, they're coming to check me out just based off of music. So their audience is watching them, listen to Luke Bryan, Country Girl Shake It while they're folding their laundry. But they're like, who is this Jatana Jackson they're referring to? And they click on my name and they come see my page. Mm-hmm. So that's been a great way to, outside of Beachbody, add value, be my own brand, which is I love music, and bring people who are probably going to be like-minded because they liked that song. They liked the idea of it. And so they're clicking on my name and they're coming to see my Instagram page. So that was one little thing. And there are all kinds. This is really dumb. If you look at my Instagram right now, you're like, really? I started Jatana Basket Club. I don't know what it is, but everybody thought it was super cool that I put all of my Shakeology and all my supplements in a basket above my fridge. And for a good solid 2 months, I'm every morning going, it's kind of ironic that the 5-foot-tall girl is going to grab a basket off the top of her fridge, set it down, and get all of her supplements out. Well, now everybody's like, oh my gosh, that's genius. I'm going to clear off my counter. And they're sending these pictures of their Insta story where they're put at Jatana Jackson, join Jatana Jackson's Basket Club. And then, this is what you do, you screenshot that and you post it on your story, and it makes other people want that shout out too. Same with the Spotify. If somebody sends me a picture of them folding laundry, listening to my music, I screenshot it and I put it in my story, and then more people start doing it, which brings more cold traffic to my Instagram page. All right, so those are just little tricks that you want to do. Another thing with Insta stories is making sure you're always tagging location, no matter what. I mean, and I'm not talking about your location. Like, don't get weirded out and think, I don't want to put that I'm in Woodbridge, Virginia, because somebody's going to come to track me down and they know I'm at Michael's right now, and that would be really, really weird. Or you're at Whole Foods. No, I put like Kansas City, I put Tampa, Florida, Oklahoma, and I don't even put it where you can see it. Every single Insta story that I do, there's probably one in the bottom tiny left-hand corner where nobody can see it, and I tag a city, I tag something, because there's always viewers within that, and the UK has been phenomenal. Like, I can tag London or Manchester, and my Insta story is going to show up in the thread of Manchester Insta stories.
Can you show them how to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I wish I could share my screen. So let's get, I'm going to show you a few features on Insta stories. Oh, okay, that's my elite picture. Yeah. So I'm going to take a picture of my elite picture, right?
Yep.
Now, if you were to go to the little sticker button, did you guys see where I got that? Sorry, it's really hard.
Right.
Okay, go to the sticker button, which is the top middle page. There we go. Let's try this one more time. Then there's a little sticker. And you click on the sticker and you click location. Now in location, it's going to pull up where Jatana is, which is Virginia, Dumfries, Virginia, Burger King, not Burger King. And then in the search button, I could put London, United Kingdom. It popped up, right?
Yep.
Now I'm going to make it translucent because I don't want it to be as visible, because people will be like, she is not in the UK. Why is she putting that? And then I just make it really, really teeny, teeny, tiny. And I move it down to the corner.
Oh, you are so smart.
And I do that on every single Insta story. And because my page is a business page, I can check insight of like how things are flowing with that particular place. So some places I found, Atlanta, Georgia, like there's some places where, wow, they're popping on Insta stories. Like there's a lot of people on, but if I were to do Kansas City, like I just don't get a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
So I'm mindful of that, and I play around with different regions to see what's going to get the most traffic.
That's awesome.
Another
thought of that.
Yeah, so every time you do an Insta story, pick a city, maybe stick with the same city for, you know, a week or so and see what the trend is and see if you're getting a lot of traction with that particular city, and then change it up and track it. But you'll find one that really pops, and you'll see that you're getting a lot of viewers from that city, because it'll say at the top, 11 viewers from Woodbridge, Virginia that are viewing your story.
Oh.
All right. So another common question that I get is, how in the world do you get a solid background? I don't know if you guys already know this, but you click the little marker, right? And then you pick the color. So say we go with pink, because that's my jam, got pink hair. Then you hold your finger down the screen and your screen turns pink.
Yes, love that.
All right. Another really fun thing, so say you're doing a call to action, which I want to talk about how I do call to actions on here because I think it's crucial. Go to your sticker, and then there's a little camera right here. Now, I know we like pre-made, filtered, beautiful, glossed over pictures, but I can take a picture of myself. Hold on. You guys see this? Taking a picture of myself, right? Just picture me. Then if you tap it, it does that, right?
I did not know that.
Yes. So if you can make it however size you want, and you could be like, I'm starting my awesome Slay the Day group on October 16th and whatever. So that's a really cute feature that I love.
Very cute. I did not know. My
Another thing that I try to avoid are these things. These, I think, cheese up your Insta story. These basic stickers.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I love to do is, have you guys seen my microphone? Hold on, let me see if I can find one for you. So you know that you can pin emojis to your story, and I'm going to find one for you so I can show you how adorable it can be. And coaches, I don't know, people love this for some reason. 1 second. I have one with my mom that's stinking hilarious. But you can pin emojis. So say you are jamming out to a song while you're making your Shakeology, and you want to put a microphone in front of your face. I have one here with my coaches that I'll show you that we did at our leadership retreat. And all right, here we go. Sorry, this is so funny. You can play music in the background, by the way, with Spotify. So I have my Spotify playing, and then I can put, while that's playing, I can do my Insta story by tapping the hands-free. Hold your finger down. It gives you a 3-second timer. The song is playing, and then you can. There's a microphone. You see it?
I can't actually see it, but I believe you. Oh, yeah, I do see it. Oh, I do see it. Oh, my gosh, that's so funny.
Of course, I'm getting a phone call. Like, but, okay, so, for example, here's the microphone. You can do all, I mean, think fun. Cute.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Where did you get that microphone? That's just an emoji?
Okay, so let me do one for you real quick live so you can see it, because it's not easy to explain when somebody messages me. I'm like, how did you? All right, so I'm going to record myself real quick.
Okay.
All right, can you guys see?
Yes.
I am on Janelle Summers' call, and she's amazing, and there's a pig on my desk, so that's really weird. Okay, there we go. So it's going to repeat itself over and over again. You go to the stickers, and you swipe up and find the little microphone emoji, which I probably could have found at my commonly used. You know, there's a commonly used section also. Yeah. So there's my microphone, right? And I want to talk in it. So get it where you want it, and then hold your finger down on it like that.
Oh, just like that
works. And it'll say pin, and then it'll do this little,
yeah.
And so it's going to move with me. Now, I do things like that in my Shakeology. I'll put like avocados coming down my Shakeology or salad, or I'll have lightning bolts in my Shakeology or my Energize. Like if I'm shaking my Energize in the video, I put lightning bolts all over my Energize and it shakes with it. So that's really cool. Those are fun features. Another thing that I like to do is progress pictures. People always ask, how do you get one picture to show up and then the next thing new words come on, the new words come on. Let me show you that real quick. Here's a progression one. So I made this image on Insta Stories, right? And I just put join. That's the first thing I put. The next one's my. So as they're tapping through, Insta training. This is a really ghetto one, but I can make it a lot prettier than this. This chick wants to join. This girl does too. I think that was where I gave an example on a training.
Yes, that's so perfect.
But you can do that in a challenge group, and it's just saving the previous one and adding to it as it progresses. And you can do all kinds of really cute. I'm trying to find. I need to get this stuff all in a folder. That'd be a lot more helpful, and put it on a presentation, which I have, but I can't pull my presentation up, so I'm trying to scramble.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, so here's one. Next group opens October 9th, right? That's what they see, first one. Then they tap again. It fills up quick. DM me to reserve your spot. And then the chick joined. And that girl did too. And that girl did too. And as it progresses when they tap, all these people are joining.
And my anxiety starts to go up because I have FOMO and I'm going to miss out on the group. So yeah, that's awesome.
Right? Don't be the one left out of the fun and killer results. So those are like some really fun things that you can do to your call to actions that really cause people to want to jump in. And then I also create a list. Like I'll type out a list, or you can handwrite if you have pretty handwriting, and say I'm taking 5 ladies or 10 ladies or 30 ladies if you're somebody who fills up a group fast. But say the deadline ends at this time, and I'm looking for 10 people to join my challenge group. And then as people ask questions, I screenshot the question, I cover up their face and their name to protect their privacy, and I address their objection publicly on my Insta story. So if they message me back, say it's coaching. I get this all the time. I don't know if I could coach. It looks really interesting in what you're saying, but I don't have a lot of friends. Like, how am I going to be able to get people to join my team? Like, I love your challenge groups, but I just don't have a lot of friends. I screenshot that. And I can either go with my own voice in a video with a white background and my little microphone and put some letters above it and say, you don't have to have a lot of friends. What I'm going to teach you to do is how to network and meet new people while you're staying healthy and fit on your own fitness journey and living that out loud on social media. So don't stress out, girl, if that's your hesitation. So there I am handling objections publicly, because there's probably a lot of people with the exact same hesitation. And you can do that with challenge groups as well.
That's awesome. I have a question, if you don't mind, Jatana. When I show a picture on Snapchat, I can change the time frame that it shows from, as many seconds as I want up to, 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do that on Insta Stories? I haven't seen that.
No, I'm sure they'll add that feature at some point, but no.
Yeah, okay.
No, I haven't seen that. Another little tip for making it look professional, and you can be really ghetto and make it professional. I'm going to show you. Lighting is huge. Hold on just a second. I'm finding it.
And you guys, hopefully you are following Jatana, and it's Jatana Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that you'll notice from anyone that is, at least in my opinion, I feel like just smile, if nothing else. You've got to put on a smile. You've got to show excitement, because if you're not excited about anything, other people aren't going to be excited either. Just a smile goes so far, and being excited about whatever it is that you're doing, you're talking about, or showing.
Absolutely. I was talking to Barbie Kalev, and she said the exact same thing. She's like, I was following you on Insta Stories, and all I noticed is I just wanted to smile because you were bubbly and smiling all the time and dancing around. She's like, but that's not me. Like, I'm not a smiley person. But then she said, Jana, I had to come to a realization that that is what connects with people. When I'm just serious Barbie on my Instagram page, it doesn't come across as warm and genuine. But if I'm happy, if I just smile and show people, then it's going to make a better connection with others. So I agree with you 100%.
Definitely.
Just two quick things of making it look super professional, but it's really ghetto. Mm-hmm. It's okay. White background wall, making it a black and white filter, putting words on it. That you can buy a little microphone on Amazon for like $30. You wire it up your shirt, you plug it to your phone, you put your phone on a little tripod. Every coach should have a tripod, right? And make a video. And I do these kind of videos all the time, and people think they're amazing, but they're really, really ghetto if you were to see the background.
Hey guys, so you guys have seen me post like crazy about my team this past couple, 4 days? Well, at 8 o'clock tonight, we are going to share a story. So what I want you to do is swipe up, join an event, and come watch.
And so they were able to join the Facebook event because I did have the swipe up option. But you could also, if you don't have the swipe up option, you can say, I want you to DM me and I can send you a link to the event, or go to my bio and click on the Linktree link, and it'll be it will direct them straight to your Facebook event if you customize that, if you know that
you're. Did you use, so you said you used a microphone, just like a one from Amazon for that. And did you use Snapseed on that?
No, that was my phone in reverse, like I could see myself. I know other people say don't do that because it's not as clear, but I can see myself. I set the timer, the 15-second timer in Instagram stories. I put pretty filter on so my skin looks all fabulous. I do have a diva light behind me, but you could use a white light bulb lamp in front of you. Like right now on my desk, I don't have a diva light. I just have a white lamp. So I could put my phone right here and talk directly to it for 15 seconds. It ends. Swipe over to get a black and white filter, which I think when you put words above it on a white wall look really crisp and clean. And you can change and have some of the words white, some of the words pink, different sizings. And just think about it as if it were a commercial. How would it be presented? And you can make it look really professional, even though
more is not always better. Wouldn't you agree? Like sometimes people go a little out of control, and it's kind of like we learned with pictures on Instagram. If it were too many frames and too much font and too much of everything, then it was just too much.
Absolutely. And that was one thing that I had in my presentation with do's and don'ts. I have a whole list of do's and don'ts. And one of the don'ts is, and I think I even refer to Shalene, I'm like, there's not many people that can get away with talking for a long time on Instagram and Snapchat. And Shalene Johnson's one of them. She could talk all day, and I'm like, keep telling me, go ahead, right? But if I were to sit there and ramble on and on and on about my challenge group or about a coaching opportunity, people are not going to listen. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, stop talking, and they're going to swipe away. You don't want to be that person. So get to the point, and you have about 5 seconds to capture their attention.
That's such a great tip. So true.
Any questions that I can take?
Posts, even with Instagram posts or Facebook posts, if they're long, people just aren't going to read.
Absolutely.
If they're too long. I mean, I think Shalene said this once too, that you earn that over time, that you can start posting longer captions and people will actually read them, but it takes a long time to earn that.
Absolutely. And I know for myself, my own personality, which I'm probably attracting people like myself, I have a very short attention span. And most people, especially in any type of advertising, it's the rule of thumb that you got to grab their attention pretty quickly. And if it takes you a long time to get to your point, then you're going to lose them. So
absolutely. Yeah. And that's when you have to breadcrumb our story. I see a lot of coaches telling their whole story on their challenge group posts. And unfortunately, people just aren't reading them because it's too long.
Yep. One little thing I want to point out before I finish up and wrap up some questions, because I know this is such a hands-on thing that it's really hard to teach in a presentation, but you can put a circle around your picture. I can send Janelle that circle if she doesn't already have it. And it makes your picture pop a lot more. And it always has a circle around it, no matter, well, you can't really see it right now, but when you're in the lineup with everybody else, all right, here's a girl. This is one, you want to hear my top secret? This girl, Alex Beaton right here, see if she's right next to Autumn Calabrese?
Yeah.
See it very well. She's my go-to girl with graphics. So when I follow, when I want to create something and be different than everybody else and stand out, one of the things that I like to do is just go study other people. What are other people doing that capture my eye? And this girl is not even a coach. I don't even know what she sells, if I'm honest. Probably like entrepreneur training or something. But she just does, her name's Alex, Alexbeadon. And I am not promoting her. Like I said, I have no idea what she sells. But her graphics are on point. And there are times when I'm like, I never thought of adding lightning bolts progressively so it looked like it got more exciting. Like I never thought of that. Or I never thought of the moving microphone while I'm singing, or how to layer words. You know, you can put a layer of picture like you would on PicMonkey and then put another stripe above it and make it look really professional.
Right.
But Alex is amazing at that. You see, I don't know if she's going to have a good story. See how she's
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's perfect.
Yep, right? You follow her. She does all kinds of cute stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, I would never think of all this stuff.
Oh, that's great.
And we got into somebody else. But finding people like that, you can watch mine. You can watch Alex Beadon's. I think that's how you say her last name. Probably butchering it. But watch people and see. You'll get little creative ideas and start using it in your own stories.
That's perfect.
And I always pop this bad boy back into my Facebook page probably once a month. And
yeah, I've been meaning to do that as well. I have not done that yet.
It just says, come see me on Insta Stories. And it says, ever wonder what this chick does all day, how she keeps her energy up, what she eats, where does she shop, where is she traveling next, what is her jam playlist, what books is she reading, or maybe just you need a good smile and a laugh. Come check her out by clicking on the image in my bio. And I post that on my wall every month so that it bumps it back up, and I just delete the old one.
You mean on your Facebook wall or on your Instagram?
My Instagram wall. So it's right there. It's on my Instagram wall, but eventually I'll delete that one and post it again at the top. So as I get new followers, they're like, oh, I need to go check out her stories. I didn't realize she was doing stories also.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah. Any questions? That's a lot. Usually I have it all in a presentation, but I had to like kind of make do with it.
This was absolutely perfect. We didn't know any different.
Okay.
So do you think that they have to kind of build value and trust before they start breadcrumbing invites to challenge groups and glimpses into coaching?
I think that's important, but I would never tell somebody to not go for it because you just don't know. You don't know who's on the edge of their seat ready to, and wanting and needing help. But what I would say, if you've never done it before, start out with your vitals. Start out with making your shake every single morning and finding a unique way to share your shake that is you. So if you walk your child to the bus stop every single morning, shake your shake with your kid behind you doing something crazy with a boomerang and being like, bus mom shake or something, and make it fun. If you're a nurse and you get up at 2 in the morning, like post that every single morning on your Insta stories that like, I had to get this quick, and do it like in a reverse thing really fast and say, this is my quick meal on the go. Our nurse superpower shake, what do you want to call it. But stick with your vitals first and do that. And then as you start to expand and understand who you are and what you want to present to your audience, stick with it. I'm sure Shalene would probably agree in some way, but stick with some sort of theme. For me, I'm always talking, I always have my makeup on. That's my jam. I love music, so I'm playing music all the time. And I add value. That's what I do. So if for me, it's makeup, I'm telling them what kind of lashes I'm putting at Red Cherry number 43. They can just click on Red Cherry and go find my lashes. Or if I have a new, collagen peptides, I like to put that in my coffee. So I'll tell them and I'll tag where I got it from so that they can just click on it and go find it. And it's outside of Beachbody so that they know when they come to Jatana's Insta story that they will be getting value. It's not just a big waste of their time to watch.
Right. Oh my gosh. That's how many times per day would you say you do Insta stories?
And I don't want to throw any new coaches off. Like I said, start with the basics, but I've built up to, after the past 2 months, probably about 20 Insta stories a day.
Now, but that's your focus. Like, are you repurposing any of that onto Facebook? And
I've kind of not doing Facebook as much anymore.
Okay.
Because I'm getting such a huge turnaround and much more of a viewing, cold market viewing, especially like random people I don't know messaging me, what's in your shake? I'm like, where are you from? How did you connect with shake? I don't know. I just fell across you dancing to Luke Bryan making a shake, and I just want to know what's in it. Like, I don't even know how I found you. Right. Yeah, so I would say start out small, do your vitals, and build onto it with your brand. And in terms of my Facebook wall, I do Facebook and Instagram, same post. I post about 3 to 5 times a day, 3 times at a minimum.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I do too. Same thing on Instagram and my like page. And so do you repurpose it to YouTube at all?
I haven't dabbled in YouTube. No, I probably should, because YouTube is one of the #1 search engines besides Google, right?
Yeah. Hello, I think you should repurpose it. Okay, and so I thought I had one other question, but now I can't remember. Would you mind, Jatana, because I know everyone's dying to know, if you could send me the file that you were going to present, the slides, and do you also have the do's and don'ts that you could send us?
I do. It's all in the presentations. I'll send that to you. Yeah.
And that circle graphic, I would love to have that and be able to share that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of coaches. My team has it, but when you scroll across the stories, mine will stand out because it's got the double circle. And if they've ever watched it, it's still there, so they might accidentally click it and watch it again.
Yeah,
which is good. So.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Okay, this is freaking gold. Our minds are just blown, and you did such an awesome job. Even though we had the glitch with the slides, you just rolled with the punches with a smile, and that's one of the reasons you're successful. You know, that's what you do. You have a positive attitude, and there's no doubt about it that you're happy and that you really live that life that you're showing on social media. And that's what it's about, you guys. If you're not excited and you're not smiling and you're not just grateful for everything that you do have going on and everything that you do have in your life, then that's going to show. So you have to show up. We have to be sharing our journey. And what you've shared with us is seriously just so gold. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the prep you put into this and for your time.
Absolutely. Sorry, my slides didn't work.
Oh gosh, totally not your fault. Here I am back on. Totally not your fault. I don't know why that happened. Sometimes they don't like YouTube Live. But anyway, thank you for getting on, everyone. Thank you to Jatana. I hope you go follow her and let her know what an amazing job she did today. So thankful. I'm excited to return the favor next week on your call, Jatana. And again, thanks you guys. We'll see you next week. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.